In this tutorial, I'm going to show you my brand new text-to-shape animation preset pack. Grab it right now from the link in the description below and start using these custom-made presets immediately. For the step-by-step walkthrough, stay tuned for the tutorial. Check out my brand new School of AE, offering courses, presets, templates, coaching, and much more. If you're feeling generous, consider donating to my Patreon or PayPal me to help keep this channel running. Links for everything are in the description below. As always, thank you for your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. Okay, there's a lot to get through, so let's dive right in. Okay, so in a previous episode, I did a walkthrough on how to create presets for text-to-shape layers. Say, for example, you have some text here, you right-click, and then you create shapes from text. So all of these presets are going to be for the purpose of animating each one of these individual letters whenever you create shapes from text. If we open up our layer here, go into our contents, you can see each letter has its own group, each with its own transform properties. To animate these one at a time is extremely time consuming. These presets allow you to quickly animate each one of these letters. It's a huge time saver and it can really give something special to your text animation. Whenever you download the preset pack, you're going to have these three folders. I'm going to show you really quick how to add these to your computer. So we have animate both, in and out. So animate both, we have rotation bounce in, out, left, for example. And then if you go to animate in, you'll see it's rotation bounce from left. You have from bottom, from left, from top, from right, things like that. And animate out is going to be rotation bounce to left, to right. These rotation presets here have asterisks next to them. And these are the ones that you probably are going to want to adjust your anchor point on. These other ones, you can just drop in the preset and you're good to go. But for the rotation ones, you will definitely need to adjust your anchor point. There's just no way to automatically center an anchor point on a group. You can center anchor points on layers, but to do it for a shape layer group, there's just no way to do that. So that's the one change that you'll have to make. Here is the preset pack here. You're going to want to copy this and then drop this into your documents, Adobe. The version you're using, I'm in 2023, and user presets, and see I've already dropped mine in right here, text shape presets. If we go over here to After Effects, if this is the first time you've loaded it, you want to right click on your effects and presets and go down to refresh list. That will refresh anything that you may have added to that folder. Open up your animation presets here. Under user presets, we're going to see our text shape presets and open that up, and these are all in here now. If you want to just quickly add in a text animation that animates in and out, that's going to be in this both folder here. And it's going to animate out the same way it animates in. You can animate in a certain way. Maybe you want to bounce it from the top, but maybe you want to animate it out, maybe rotate it, bounce to the left. So let's kind of go through here and I want to give you an example of just how quickly you can animate these in. So now remember, if you're doing this by hand, you have to move over your anchor point. You have to move over your position. You have to adjust your scale. You may need to unconstrain this, your rotation, and you're going to end up having a lot of keyframes. That's pretty time consuming, and that's why I wanted to do these presets, because this is something that I do quite a bit. Make sure you put your playhead where you want your first keyframe to go, because it's going to drop your first keyframe wherever your playhead is. Select that J group and then just double click bounce in out from bottom. It adds it in. If you hit U to bring up your keyframes, those are all of your keyframes. So now if we watch this play back, we can see you have an immediate animation on this shape layer. All of these animation outs start at the 2-second mark, so you can easily just kind of drag these around if you need them to stay up longer. And let me just show you really quick how we can go through this and just animate this word in super quick. Maybe we want our E. We will go position overshoot from the left, double click that, select our F group. Maybe we want to position scale in out from top. Double click that. And then our last one, we're going to do something that requires an anchor point movement. So that way you can see what that's all about. So let's do a rotation bounce in from right. So double click that. So now if we watch this play back, we can see that it animates in and out super quick. Actually, I moved this keyframe over here. So let me just move that back so these are closer together. So we can see just how quickly we're able to animate that in and out. Now this F here, this is the one that has the rotation, and if we open up this group here, the way that this expression works on our position, it allows us to move this anchor point without moving anything else. You can move the anchor point over maybe to the middle right here if that's where you want it, the rotation to rotate from. And it's just that simple. Before moving on, I just want to take a minute to tell you about some of the templates I've been creating to make your life a lot easier. Create lower thirds in the blink of an eye with my Luminatrix lower thirds templates, powered by Essential Graphics, so you can use these templates in both After Effects and Premiere. You also want to check out my Text Animator Toolkit. It's also powered by Essential Graphics, so you can easily animate text in both After Effects and Premiere. Check out the link in the description below for access to presets for virtually everything you could possibly want or need. Text to shape layers, snow effects, text boxes, text animators, shape layer accents like burst and animated circles, and so much more. Check out courses, templates, project files, and ways to get personalized coaching from my new School of AE. Now, let's get back to the tutorial. And now let me show you just how quickly we can create a pretty cool animation. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back on, and then I'm going to add in maybe some more characters. So I'll say Jeff Knight. I'm going to pull back so we can see everything like that. Maybe make this a little bit smaller. Now we just want to create shapes from text, and then you can actually go through here. Maybe you want each one to be different. We'll just kind of go through here and add in some random stuff just to kind of get an idea of just how quickly you can animate these things in and out, even if you're just doing a different one each time. Watch this play back, and we have that kind of animation, which comes in really cool. So this J, we'll open that up. So open up your transform properties, and we can see that our anchor point is way down here. Move that over using our anchor point values. I'm going to set it to be about in the middle somewhere. And now if we watch that play back, it's perfect. You can select a letter, hold down your command and select more than one, and you can actually add these to more than one layer at a time. I'm going to show you some of the more advanced rotation animations that do require you to really move the anchor point, and you can see what the difference is. So if you just right click on this layer, it doesn't matter if it's enabled or not because it's going to disable it anyway, and choose create shapes from text. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to select this J group, and I'm going to do a rotation overshoot in and out from left. So I'm going to double click that, and as you can see, it moves our J over here. It's an odd kind of animation, and that's because of where our anchor point is. Open up your transform properties and just move your anchor point. You can see it right here. I'm going to push in. Smooth over to maybe like the center, and then we'll watch that play back again. And now it's in place where it should be, and it animates perfectly just like that. Okay, and I think for this one, I'm actually going to choose my last F here. So I'm going to do a rotation slide in, out from left. I'm going to double click that, and you can see our F goes right here. But now watch, if you play it back, you can see it does this weird thing where it goes down and then up. And that's because our anchor point is right here. Whenever you have something animating in from the left, you're going to want to move your anchor point over to the right-hand side of your character. So like right here. Now watch it come back in, and it slides in perfectly just like that. It's these rotation slides that you really have to pay attention to. And like I said, there's really no way to automatically set an anchor point for a shape layer group. So I'm going to hide this, that way we can see this a little bit better. I'm going to focus maybe on this E right here, and I'm going to slide this one in from the right. Now notice our anchor point defaulted to the middle of our layer, which is right there. If I double click, rotation slide in, out from right, we can see that our E moves in a kind of a weird way, and our anchor point is right there. So when it comes in, it just doesn't animate quite perfectly the way that I would want it to. Again, just open up your transform properties. You want to go somewhere in between this animation, so you don't want the E to be moving, and just set your anchor point over here to the left, because remember, we're coming in from the right. So it comes in from the right just like that, and animates out in the same exact way. These presets save you a ton of time. Take it from someone who has created shapes from text, possibly even thousands of times. It is super time consuming. So this is a process that I came up with that really saved me a lot of time, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully this helps you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.